welcome to the Keyboard Road Warrior with me, Movie Scout 007, where we play Euro Truck Simulator 2 with nothing but a laptop and its keyboard. So we leveled up at the end of the last video, so that means we've got a skill point to apply and some upgrades to check out and laugh at. Fragile Cargo, I think, is going to be our next skill point upgrade. So for level 4, that will be a 5% increase to 20% for delivering a fragile cargo. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to apply that. You can see we are rocketing through those. So we're level 20. We're level 24 now, which means we've only got another 6 of those to go, and then we are fully upgraded in terms of skills. We're rated at 7.5, which hasn't really changed a great deal. It probably won't change until we've got Eco and we've got Just in Time under our belt as skill point upgrades. So let's have a look at our upgrades. So it's a lot of exhausts. Oh, Scania gets an engine. Oh, Mercedes exhausts. Volvo exhausts. DEF exhausts, and it's a lot of the same, except for Scania. They get a 730 bhp engine, but everyone else gets exhausts and bull bars. So that's all very exciting, and we're not going to touch in this playthrough, but I'm giving you an example of what we've got. So we've got £133,000. We're going to drive into Hønefoss to repair and recuperate. So that's Hønefoss. Okay, that's pants. I think we're going to have to go to Oslo to rest and recuperate, because there's nowhere here. There's nothing here. Hønefoss has got nothing. All right, we're going to go to Oslo. So actually, let's go to our upgrades and then set GPS to the nearest shop, and then go to map. And yeah, Oslo is our nearest destination. Okay, so let's go to Oslo. So pull the full. Oh, we've got parking brake on. That's why we were having problems. And wipers on. So I don't think we're going to go to Hønefoss. Just get out before that car comes along. That's good. We made it. I'm looking forward to track IR. Oh, rain stopped. That's good. Yeah, we're not going to. It's not going to take us through Hønefoss. Okay, that doesn't matter. There's absolutely nothing at Hønefoss, and we've discovered it anyway. So, Hønefoss. Actually, we are going to go through Hønefoss. Pants. No, we're not going to go through. Yeah, no, we don't want to do that. We're going to Oslo. Okay, that's interesting. The GPS wants us to go down there, but I'm not 100% certain how we're supposed to do that. Okay, that's interesting. That's very interesting. That's just more than a tiny bit bloody annoying, actually. You're kidding me. What the heck? I must have missed the exit. I must have missed an exit. Yeah, I wonder if I think I was supposed to go down. Okay. Right, we're going to go through this and we're going to take an immediate right, then a right again. Okay. Well, at least it wasn't an expensive error. It wasn't too expensive an error. And every time we go the wrong way on free roam, we're discovering more of the map. More of the map, which is a good thing. I might not necessarily have taken these roads otherwise. So that's good. Okay, so I've got nothing to talk about actually. I started this video without thinking about what to talk about, which always leads to great fun. I could have gone through bloody Hønefoss. Do you know what? I'm going to go through bloody Hønefoss. Now that I've been forced to go this way. Let's put a Yui here. And let's go this way. I wrestle the truck round that corner. So we've spent quite a while just organising ourselves to get to a rest spot, and we are running out of time. And we've now got £141,000, which is actually enough to buy another garage, but we do need to actually start to concentrate on putting drivers in. We will see actually what we've got as for destinations after, and then once we've got our destination we'll work out whether it is a garage destination or whether we should buy trucks, because we are going to have enough for, probably after the rest, we're probably going to have enough for 2 Volvos, which should be enough to finish off Amsterdam. Oh, is it not Amsterdam, sorry. Brussels. And then we have got to think about upgrading our 3-berth garages as well, as a matter of interesting. Alright, what the heck? We have gone a long way round to bloody Oslo, haven't we? Gardermoen. What the heck is in Gardermoen? Nothing. Okay. So we will not bother with Gardermoen. We've discovered it, that's fantastic and everything, but yeah. Actually, do you let's go and get those roads, because it's possibly a place we might not visit again. This is going to be an extremely long video. Actually, let's go get that one as well. Bit of discoverable, well, not discoverable, but a bit of map uncovered. It looks like. It looks like there's more. Yeah, there's quite a few business in Gardermoen, even though there's absolutely nothing else there. That's very interesting. And then we've got this business, which we're kind of used to. We're used to all of these layouts of business. They have only got about 4 or 5 different types of drop-off layout, so yeah, we never need to go back to Gardermoen. That's fine by me. Oof! Sugar. I really am going to have a quite a large repair bill when I get to Oslo. Which is a little bit soul destroying. You earn all that money and you end up spending, of course, yeah, this is probably going to be about 20 grand's worth of repairs. Yeah, we might not have enough for 2 trucks after all, now that I think about it. The more money you earn, the more expensive the repair bills are. So 141, that'll take us to 120. We need £60,000 out of from our garages, from our drivers. I don't think that's going to come overnight. What we might be able to do, plus we've got to have enough cash. Got to have enough cash to pay loan fees for the duration of the next journey. It's probably going to be 2 loan instalments, which totals about 8,000. These financial. I don't understand why they sit there and wait so long. It's totally unnecessary. There's a gap, go. They're not beyond pulling in front of you and slowing down. So why are they beyond pulling in front of the AI and slowing down? Alright, so this is heading back to Oslo, which is where we abandoned the ferry. Oops. It wasn't too bad. So he gave us some income and then cost us about £300. And I think we lost a loan instalment in that as well. I'm not having much fun at the beginning of this. At least we haven't got a load on the back. God, 18%, this is going to cost a bloody fortune to repair. I'm glad we've got plenty of money. But I've got a feeling that we're going to be down to something like 116,000 by the time we've paid our repair bill. Which is sad, sad, sad. but we're on the outskirts of Oslo, which is good news because it means we're near to our repair, we're near to our rest and recoup, and we're near to collecting our first job. Ooh, weaving all over the road like a madman. And we're in. Okay. So let's get ourselves fixed up. Oh. Come on, go. And this repair bill is getting larger with every moment. Yep, I do notice I've had a tendency to drive like a lunatic when I've got plenty of crash damage on, because my brain locks into this mentality that, you know, the damage was already done, so what does it matter if you do a bit more? Because the more you do, the more it costs you. Oh gosh, how's this expensive? This is going to be 15. Slightly less expensive than I thought, so we've got 121. I thought we'd probably have 110 or 115, so it's £5 cheaper than I thought it was going to be, but it's still more money than I really wanted to spend. 15 grand might be the difference between 2 lorries and 1 lorry. Right, let's get some rest. You heard a loan instalment going out. We've got £170,000. So I think that's actually enough. Actually, that might be enough. Let us go to the truck dealer. Let's go to Volvo. Actually, no, let's go to our garage first. G for garage manager. So it's Brussels. Brussels is what we need. We need two trucks for Brussels, so truck dealership. Volvo. Let's go to Colding. Let's buy online. Let's select that one and then customize it as per the norm. You know what I'm going to do here by now. I am going to do that. And then I'm going to purchase it and put it in Brussels here. Boom. And that's dropped us down to 90,000, so let's purchase the other one. And boom. That's left us with 9,000. Now, let's recruit 2 drivers. That's going to be 2,400. So let's hire a driver. So it's kind of slim pickings nowadays. Let's start with, I think, Simon. Let's start with Simon in Brussels. Boom. And Irvin. Let's stick Irvin into Brussels. Boom. Okay. We've now got 7,447, which is enough to cover the next. Oh, actually, we need to get a job. It's enough to cover the next loan instalment, by which time our drivers should have earned enough money to cover that bill. So we're over here in Oslo. Oslo to Nantes. We've not been to Nantes. We've been to Torino. We've been to Strasbourg. We've been to Prague. But Prague is a capital. No, let's go to Nantes. It's a huge journey with a massive reward. So Let's set the GPS for that. Let's get my image of it, my screenshot of it, as per the norm. And where are we? Okay. I don't like that. It's not. I wish you could change this, somewhat change the magnification of it, but no. Everything gets in the way. Okay, so that's that. Right, let's go pick up our load with our newly repaired lorry. There's nothing coming that way, there's something coming that way. Yeah, that's what we just made it out in time. So, this is a huge journey, and I cannot see how it's going to be possible for me to get through this journey without clouting something. I tend to even clout on the short journeys nowadays, so I'm not holding out much hope of getting an excellent on this, which sounds a bit defeatist, but I like to think of myself as more realistic and pragmatic than defeatist. I don't know whether we've delivered it. This is the one side. I wish you got a little bit of edging on the red route to show you whether this was a route that you'd driven down before or a route that was new to you. I don't like being stuck behind him, so we're going to overtake him. And I think we're near our destination. We're near our pickup point. Not our destination, but our pickup point. And there we go. And I believe this is it. Post speed. There we go. So let's take the job. Boom. It's going to be quite a marathon. I am going to have to split this over 2 days because there's no way I'm going to get this completed today. I have stuff to do this afternoon that I really can't put off. And obviously I don't like doing these while the wife is at home because I like to spend time with her, and I can't do that. Oh, there we go. So we're attached. So let's. Whoa! You do have to be a little bit careful when you're exiting. I don't know whether I clouted it or not. That doesn't really help me because I've been there before and thought I missed it, and then gone in later knowing I haven't touched anything and found damage on the trailer. So let's get on the open road. So okay, I think we're golden after this one. This is where I really, really wish I had that track IR. I've got a horrible feeling I'm not going to be able to use the track IR on this laptop because I believe that it uses quite a lot of processing power, and I'm sure that that will interfere with... Oh, what have I done? What have I done? Have I gone the wrong way? I've gone the wrong way. Okay. Hopefully. Please don't crash into my trailer. Wait. There we go, that's good. I went the wrong way. Oh, flippin' heck, what the hell? No. Oh, no. I'm going... Yeah, I had a... Yeah. Oh dear me, no. Oh, no. Please give me a hard shoulder to drive on. Oh no. Oh crap. No, don't crash into me, No, don't drive right up to me, you idiot. How the hell do I get out of this? Okay, this is embarrassing. Alright. Okay, I might have got away with it. There we are, we're heading to the ferry. Well, that was both fun and not fun. That was bizarre. I clearly missed an exit somewhere, and ended up being directed by the GPS to go the wrong way up a tunnel. That was truly bizarre. Okay, that was interesting. Did you see the cab bouncing around a bit there? Right. Let's get ourselves on this ferry. I'm pretty sure that it's going to be night time when we get off this ferry. It's 11 hours. Yeah, it's going to be the crack of dawn. Probably. I'm not sure how long this ferry ride is. But it's not a short one. I think it's 11 hours. I think. We're getting a lot of... we've got... Yeah, our frame rate just plummeted. So, yeah, it's... Oh gosh, it's over 12 hours. Okay. Okay. So we'll be nice and fresh, that's for sure. We'll have earned a load of money, that's for sure. £64,000, and it's 4 in the morning. Well, that's alright, it should be getting light in a few hours of in-game time. I'm going to have to stop, obviously, to remove footage at some point. We've hardly done any of the journey already. I'm having to download footage, and that's because I spent so much time faffing around Hønefoss and Oslo. And nearly gave myself a heart attack driving the wrong way up a tunnel in Oslo. Right. Right. Doesn't look like there's much coming that way. I could have gone, damn it. I could have gone. Right, we're going after that truck and that car. I have no idea how I've got no damage on truck or trailer. No idea at all. We're alright for fuel, we're alright for time. So it's just a matter of getting to our destination now. It's a long old drive. We're going all the way down into Denmark. We're probably going into Germany, right into the Netherlands, probably through Belgium down into France. Actually, let's just double check that route. So we're in Copenhagen. We're in mainland Denmark now. We're going through Hamburg, Osnabrück. Actually, no, we're cutting out. Oh yeah, yes, that is the Netherlands. So we're going through Germany, the Netherlands, Belgium, and then into France. We're going to drive around Paris, through Le Mans, past Rennes, and into Nantes. And that's our ultimate destination. This is going to be quite a long journey. This, my friends, is almost certainly going to take us up to level 25. So we will be 1/6 of the way to level 150. So we've got a long way to go, and it's taken us 2.5 months to get here, driving mostly once a week. Mostly once a day, sometimes twice a day. So it's a long old time. This playthrough is probably going to take me most of 2014. And you're going to move with me from New Zealand to London. And you may even get to visit me in the revolting confines of Swindon. But the plan is to get as many of these done as possible. Now, obviously, when I move that to London, I'm going to have significantly less time to do this. I'm not working at the moment. I am on a sabbatical. And so I'm just kicking my feet back and resting for the first time in 25 years? Yeah. It's a long old time that I've been I've probably in my entire working career I've probably had about 7 days off sick. I did manage to make it to something like 15 years with no sick days. And then I caught a terrible flu from someone, and they forced me to go home and told me not to come in the next day. I've only ever taken the statutory holidays. I've never taken extra holidays. So this sabbatical is the longest I've had time off and not been working, and it's remarkable how quickly you get used to that. I tell you, remarkable how quickly you get used to that. So I am driving pretty much on roads. I mean, this is like the 5th or 6th time I've driven up this road recently. It's the 4th or 6th time. It would be even numbers because I drove into it. So I've driven along this road through Denmark quite a lot. I'm quite familiar with it. Oh, for crying out loud! I got fooled by bloody Aalborg. Oh, crap! That's what happens when you get fooled by Aalborg. The trailer is racking up to the 1%. It's going to be 1% by the time I park it, because I've done some damage to it. I think it rounds up at the end of the journey. So I'm not getting an excellent out of this already, so we're alright. It still says 0 at the moment, but that won't... to be honest, actually, funnily enough, I didn't even get any crash damage. I didn't get a crash damage penalty either out of that, so that's bizarre. I do wish you wouldn't get a penalty when the AI drive into you. When it's clearly not your fault, you shouldn't get a penalty. And the game should automatically repair the damage, as if an insurance company had taken care of that damage for you. So yes, I'm going to try and string this section out as long as possible. So I've got 9.5 hours until I have to get some rest. I've got 58 hours to complete this delivery, and it should only take me 26 hours. So I've got plenty of time to do this. I'm going to have to get working in another rest break. Now, thankfully, my first rest break was on a ferry, so I wasn't stopped. I was travelling. IKEA. That is ProMods. They have slipped IKEA in. I thought I saw an IKEA trailer in a recent journey. Oh crap. I had a horrible feeling that I was going too fast through that little chicane. I'm riding the rumble strips now. And I'm going to slow down because the people in front of me are crawling along at the speed limit, which is deeply inconsiderate of them. Oh. This is going to be a bit of a stop-start video for conversation because, as I already stated, I don't really have a topic to talk about and really plan anything, so I haven't worked myself up. So I don't really know what to talk about. I tell you what I can talk about. There's been a couple of videos recently about YouTube trolling. There's a number of YouTube content makers who have disabled comments on their videos, and Aarhus. So we're near Aarhus. So we're halfway through. Yeah, Kiel is, I think Flensburg or Kiel are. Yeah, Kiel is the top of the SCS map. Flensburg is the bottom of the. Yeah, so that's J. You can see the line where Denmark. Is that where Denmark and Germany stop? I'm not sure. There's a couple of YouTubers. A British guy called Total Biscuit. An American called Boogie2988, and another YouTuber whose nationality I don't know, whose handle is Nerd Cubed. That's nerd with a 3 in superscript at the end of the D. And they've all two of them have disabled the comments on their YouTube. Boogie2988 hasn't yet, but I can't think it'll be too long before he does. Total Biscuit is a Brit who was a professional gamer and he's now become a professional YouTuber, and he's got a number of channels, but I think possibly the most famous ones are WTF is, and he's got another one that I can't remember. But WTF is a YouTube series where he plays a game and tells you what he thinks of it. And his stated mission is to save people from buying bad games. He has run into plenty of problems. But the thing is, he plays the game fresh. Doesn't play it before he does the video. The first time he plays the game is when he plays the video. Sorry, English is clearly my second language again today. The first time he plays the game is when he's making the video, and as a result he is not as proficient as he could be later on in the game. But the point is that he wants the experience to be the same as the experience should be for the gamer. But his stated aim is to save people from wasting money on bad games, and occasionally he finds games he absolutely adores. He, for instance, actually quite likes the game that we're currently playing now. He likes Civilization 5, but he ran foul of the the badly thought out copyright rules that YouTube instituted at the beginning of the year, or the end of last year, with one particular game where he was given a preview copy of the game to play and he hated the game because it was completely broken and very difficult to play, and so he warned people not to play it because you won't have a good time. It just was awful. So the guy that ran that made the game suddenly decided that because he was getting a bad view, he was going to slap a copyright injunction on a copyright notice on that video. But also, because he's fresh to the games when he's playing them, he's not doing all the stuff that you do later on. So he's getting a lot of really hateful comments about how stupid he is that he doesn't do that, or he doesn't do this. Well, he does receive quite a lot of vitriolic YouTube comments. And so it's got to the point where he's not playing the games for fun anymore. He's not playing video games for fun anymore, but he's purely playing them for content. And he's getting stressed about reading the comments. He can't help but read the comments about of each of the videos. So in order to stop himself from doing that, he has disabled comments. He's also disabled. He's handed over his Twitter account to a member of staff, so that he doesn't have to face that anymore. And he's disabling his Reddit, his subreddits, so that he doesn't read those anymore. And he left a message just before he did that. He left a message as to why he was doing that, and I've got to be honest, I don't blame him. Nerdcubed wrote something which I found quite interesting, particularly as someone who's brand new. I mean, I've only been uploading videos since the end of November 2013, so I am a proper virgin. Now this is video 56, but I've been doing these, I've been binging on these, so I'm doing quite a lot, sometimes 2 or 3 a day. 5 days a week, in order to get enough content, because obviously, as you know, I'm going to be without a computer for quite a while. But I have only had one comment on all the 50, because my video's not particularly widely known, and it's difficult to get past. I've got quite a few views. I've got something like 400 views. I've got 4, but I've only got 4 subscribers as of the time that I'm I'm doing this. So this, while I'm making this is the 20th of February 2014, and as of the 20th of February 2014, I've got 4 subscribers, and my videos have been viewed 300 odd times, 360, 370. I can't remember the exact figure. It's not a great. Actually, no, it can't be as much as that. Even. It's not a lot. One of my videos has got 70 views. The very first video I made has got 80 views. 80 views, so I can't have 300 of. I've got 39 videos up, so maybe. But I've not got many views. I've got very few subscribers, but I'm just grateful to have the 4 subscribers I've got. But it takes a long time to get past that first hurdle and to get your videos watched. Now obviously my content is incredibly lo-fi, it's incredibly low-tech. I am pointing an iPhone and a crappy laptop. Well, it's not a crappy laptop, it was perfectly fine when we got it, but it's 3 years old now, and so it's puffing and wheezing. That's not its fault, it's just that technology is outstripping it. And this laptop was not meant for gaming, so there's nothing wrong with this laptop. It's just it can, compared to what I should be playing this game on, it's very lo-fi. And I'm pointing an iPhone at it and videoing the screen, which is not very technologically advanced. So I can understand why I'm only getting a small amount of views. Now obviously that's not always going to be the case. When I get back to the UK, I'm going to be buying a game capture device. It's not just for this. I'm going to be wanting to capture footage from my PS4 and my PS3, actually, quite frankly. So I am not. This is not. This is just the beginning, and this is the only game I'm playing in this manner, because I don't want to. spend. I don't think it's. I don't think it's going to be very engaging to watch many games like that. I mean, this is possibly at the edge of engaging. And that explains why I'm not getting many hits. And I'm not playing a game that is a AAA blockbuster, which might get me more hits. I mean, I will probably get significantly more hits when I start to play PS4 games. I want to do an Infamous Second Son playthrough from my PS4. I want to do an Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag playthrough for my PS4. I want to play Drive Club. I want to play Watch Dogs. I want to play a great number of AAA games. Excuse me. And that will happen once I get the game capture device and a nice big multi-terabyte hard drive to slot into it. Which is the future. This is what I'm going to do. Preferably, I mean, I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to get us ultimately a nice big fat solid state drive for quicker access and better, swifter, cooler recording. But we'll see what I can afford. To be honest, at the moment, it's capacity rather than speed that's going to be my priority. But I want a device that I can record footage on, and I can record the commentary at the same time, so that I don't have to record commentary after the fact. I'm running out of time actually. I'm going to have to pull over and take a rest, take the footage off. I'm alright, I've got 6 hours, but I am running out of space on my phone, so this is going to be it. And actually this is going to be it for today. I'm going to pick this up, which in what will be seconds for you, but for me will be the next day. So need to find somewhere safe to pull over. I need to find a lay-by, hopefully, is what I need. And that's not going to be it. That's not going to be it. I need a nice runoff area, a nice hard shoulder or something. And that's not helpful. Ugh. Typical. When I need a hard shoulder, I can't find one. Oh, I've discovered Hamburg. That's nice. So now I'm going to pull over on the hard shoulder here. Hopefully no one will clout me, because in my next video I want to drive around Hamburg. So let's pause here for a second, and I will see you in a second. What will be a second for you will be the next day for me, and I might come up with a topic to talk about by then. Alright, so I'll see you in a second. Okay, we're back. You'll notice from a change in the illumination that there's in fact now... I'm recording this at night. On the same day that I recorded the first part. So we're in Hamburg, in Germany. We've still got quite a way. This might take a bit longer than all my other videos. This is quite a long journey, and I might have to divide it into 4 parts of recording and 2 parts of video. In fact, I might have to divide all my my videos into more than 1 part, because I'm having trouble getting, as I stated, Movie Maker to work properly. But we will see. Oh, let's double check the map here. So we're in Hamburg. We discovered it. And we're totally bypassing the city itself. That's friendly. Okay, so came from Oslo. We haven't actually really got that far, given the amount of time that we've been videoing. But we did mess around quite a lot. I think this is the right route to take. And then we've got a turn off right here. Okay, I've been playing this game in a test profile without the blue illuminations, and I'm kind of preferring them now. I'm finding the blue LEDs are a little bit distracting. So I think for the next video I'm going to change and unclick the mod that added the blue LEDs and leave the mod with the black LEDs on, because I prefer that. But yeah, so I'm going to be on the hunt for a more user-friendly and more stable. Not user-friendly because there's nothing unfriendly about Movie Maker. It's just a little bit basic and a little bit. I'm looking for a more robust video editing piece of video editing software. One that creates files that I can actually use. Because that's my big problem at the moment, is that I'm having problems getting the files to work properly. So let's double check. We've got 5 hours until we need to sleep, so we're alright on that front. And we've got more than half a tank of fuel, so we're alright on that front, although no doubt we will fill up before we have a break. So we're good. No, we've got 5 hours, so we'll not rush to a rest stop. It's 10 AM. So we've got daylight, which is also good because it means you guys can see what the heck's going on. You're getting a daylight view of this journey, which is a good thing. I still don't know what to talk about. I've had a massive break between recording the first half of this video and recording the second half of this video, and I still don't know what the heck to talk about. So I'll just ramble. I'm trying to. I'm trawling the mods at the various mod sites to find something useful to try that will enhance this game. Because I know I said when I first started this in November, at the end of November, beginning of December, I said that this would be a mostly vanilla version of the game, and that's held. I don't like a lot of the trailer packs. I don't want to add realistic companies because that kinds to take away a little from the experience, because you end up delivering stuff to stupid places, like delivering diggers to IKEA. That doesn't really make any sense to me, and so I'm avoiding that I'm avoiding that. There is a modder called Jazzy Cat who makes a lot of trailer packs. It seems to be his thing to make. But although the packs themselves look fine, using them is a bloody awkward experience, and I can't be arsed with it. I can't be bothered. There's almost like he paints the pack and then doesn't consider people using them and doesn't consider the game. And I get a little bit frustrated with people that. I mean, I know I shouldn't, because these people create wonderful mods that look great, but the trouble is they don't think. All they think about is the mod itself and not how it will be used in the game. I really do not want to add trucks that take up a slot of a truck that's already in the game. That's not how I want to. If you want to add a truck, make it a standalone truck. Don't make it swap something else out from the game, because that's not what I want. That sounds a bit harsh and a bit unfair, because obviously these people have worked hard on these on these truck models and on these skin packs, and but it does somewhat detract from the game if you're using a pack that you have to fiddle and fart with to get it to work, and if it's not clear what it is that you're clicking on. There are people who add fancy interiors, but in the menu they don't add an extra menu item, or it takes over an extra menu item, but there's no image of the thing you're actually clicking on. You have to click on to see what it looks like in cab. There's no sort of visual clue in the menu. I know it seems like a selfish thing, but I prefer modders to consider what it is they're adding to the game and how users are going to use that. It probably seems a little unreasonable if you spend hundreds of hours or dozens of hours creating. If you can spend hundreds of hours creating a truck pack, then you can't be very good at creating truck packs. Truck model. It can't possibly take hundreds of hours to make a model. A lot of the models don't look very good as well, which is a shame, because I wouldn't want to add a vehicle to my game where the makers of the game have gone have done their best to make the interior and exterior look as realistic as possible, and then you've come along and created what essentially looks like a two-dimensional cardboard cutout. And hello, that's not, whoa, what the heck? Oh, I don't like that at all. That's some serious dropping frames. I think I'm going to test, well, I'm having second thoughts having seen all of that frame dropping, but the thing I was going to test was slightly raising the graphical fidelity on the game to see if I could get more out of it. I do tend to run a couple of other things in the background. I've pretty much always got a video up. I'm trying to upload a video to YouTube, and on a couple of occasions I've been processing a video. In fact, on the one notable occasion when I got consistently dropped frame rates, I was actually using Movie Maker to process a file into an MPEG file. I won't be doing that again, but I was thinking of trying to slightly raise the graphics on the test profile to see if that would work, and if not, then I'll drop it back. But it would be nice to have a slightly improved view to see things like the speed limits, to be able to read the dash more clearly, that sort of thing. Because that is a bit of an issue for me, and also an increased draw distance. I would prefer an increased draw distance so that I can see things coming up more clearly. I can see vehicles coming at me more with more notice, as it were, so that I'm not discovering stuff at the last minute. Way easy. So that I can see that vehicles have actually come to a stop and I don't crash into them, so that I can see exits before they appear, so that I can read the GPS map more clearly. These are all things that I would like, so that when I do connect this, I would love to be able to connect this laptop to my large I've got an old school 1080i. I've got an old school 1080i television. Oh, I'm repeating myself again. 1080i television in the living room, and I wouldn't mind being able to connect the game to that. That would be nice to be able to do that. But that's not possible at the moment. Because as I think I said a couple of videos ago, although it's nice to have the big picture, everything gets a little bit pixelated, because you're looking at the same image but over a larger surface area, and there's no increase to the graphics to compensate for that. So that's not good. And I do wish that I could get a slightly better image. I think our next, let's check where we are. But, oh blimey, perhaps I should have stopped there. Well, we've got no choice now. We've got to. Trouble is, we're going on a single lane road now, I think, which means that we're going to be at the mercy of vehicles in front of us, which is not fun. Yes. Don't think I'm in that way. I think we're being let out by that guy. That's wonderful, thank you. Still no damage, so on our longest journey to date, and we're possibly a third of the way through, and we actually look to be heading to an excellent so far with 0% damage on the trailer. Obviously things can change right up until you've unhooked the trailer and it's no longer your responsibility. You can still do damage to it and lose your excellent rating, but our aim is to try and do that. So this is what I love about the dashboard in this vehicle. I don't know, aesthetically it's just more attractive than the other ones, because I'm not a big fan anymore of the two dials, the RPM and the speedometer being separate dials. It doesn't look very cool. I really like the fact that the RPM indicator is a smaller dial inside the speedo. That looks more streamlined, and it also gives you, it means your eye is drawn to the one place rather than flicking from side to side to look between the speedo and the rev counter. Not that I do that very often, but I've got a feeling when I start changing gear manually that until I get used to the sound that I've got to listen to, oh sugar. Well, that was a lucky escape. I very nearly missed that junction. That would have been annoying, I think, is what it would have been. I don't think we were. So I've got an hour and 3/4. I've got a feeling we might be running into issues when it comes to our rest break. We might be running into an issue. We're alright for fuel, we're more than adequate fuel for this boat. Yeah, here we go. I started this new test profile the day before that I sat down. I've done 2 journeys today. The journey to oh gosh, I've forgotten where the journey was to. The journey to the location near Oslo. Its name escapes me at the moment. Hønefoss, that's it. Hønefoss. The journey to Hønefoss and the journey from Hønefoss to Oslo, and from Oslo to where we're going today, which I think is Nîmes or Nantes. And prior to those 2 journeys, the evening before, I started this test profile so that I could run a couple of things like the realistic physics pack and see if I could work out which of the mods was causing my rear reversing light to not work and not appear. I obviously at the beginning of your career in this game, the first sort of 2 to 10 journeys, depending on how you do it, you're driving in other trucks, and I drove in a DAF with a 340 bhp engine. Oh my god, it was so slow. No pickup, no acceleration whatsoever. And because I've been playing this game with a reasonable engine for quite a while, I had a I think I got a 450 and then quite quickly upgraded to 500 plus, and then I had a 700. What was it, 650 and then the 700, and now I've got the 750. And I've had this 750 for quite a while now, and I got used to the pull and the acceleration. Oh, sugar. Well, that was unbelievable. I have no idea how I did that. I have no idea how I did that at all, but I completely got away with that. Oh dear. I've got 1%, but I think that's just wear and tear. We have been on the road for quite a while in this particular. No, oncoming. And then more oncoming, so I know I'm getting tired. Where's the rest? We're about halfway. Yeah, I think we might make it. We make it even faster if I could get past this flipping car transporter. But every time I make an attempt, there's oncoming traffic. And I'm not supposed to overtake here because of the double white lines. Yeah. So it's been very interesting starting from the beginning. That's been quite interesting. What you can and can't do, the short distances that you can go. You can't go very far because you're not getting jobs at great distances. And the only time you get a great distance, 2/3 of that distance is ferry. That's usually great distances between the UK and mainland Europe. And yes, a huge chunk of that is, of course. We slow down a little bit. Huge chunk of that, of course, is ferry. 2/3. I went from London to Kiel in Germany, and 2/3 of the journey was by ferry. Yeah, no, I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired. I would be less tired if this guy turned off and went away. But he's not going to do that for me. Of course he's not going to do that for me, because that would make my life too easy. I was thinking, actually, now that he's pulled ahead, I bet you there's no oncoming traffic, but just to prove me wrong, oncoming traffic. It's nice when you get a little bit of steam to overtake someone, and then there's no oncoming traffic and you can blast past them, but it's just not happening for me at the moment. Every time I get a little bit ahead of steam and I get up to this transporter, I get some oncoming traffic coming at me. Maybe. Ooh, are we going to get away with it? Yeah, I can take that if it means I get to my destination quicker. I am accumulating a lot more fines now than I was. And of course, typically, we come to a junction and I bet you he speeds past. I could have waited and saved myself £80. Does he follow us? I think he is actually following us. Although we're about to lose sight of him, so I will never know. Oh, you're kidding me. Yeah, I'm gonna accumulate a bunch of these because I'm miles away now. Oh, I got some money. Oh, 15 grand. Whoa, nice wedge. 15 grand. That's good. That'll certainly go a long way to filling out Brussels. Oh, did I already fill out Brussels? I can't remember now. That's the problem with not doing this run after run after run in one go. I am about to get another £120 fine. We are infested with flipping flies at the moment. It's unfortunate when you live in a country which is quite tropical in its climate. You can't avoid flies, and they just appear, they lay eggs, they feed off dead skin cells, which is disgusting, but unfortunately that's how it is. I'm Oh no, I thought the Bing was that was in place. Here we go, engine off, rest. Oh, what a surprise, it's raining. Right, let's pick up some fuel. Engine off. And some fuel. And there we go. Right, I am going to have to stop recording again in a minute, which is unfortunate. I was hoping I could get this. Oh, blummin' heck, that was lucky. I was hoping I could get this journey finished, but it's not happening. I'm in Belgium now, but I'm going to have to travel across northern France. This is going to be a long video, which is fine, but I was hoping to get more than half an hour done, and it's not happening. I kind of lost half an hour of time, which is a bit unfortunate. So this is going to have to be finished on a third separate occasion. I do not like these single lane roads. I do not like... I do not like these single lane roads. There you go. Can I overtake? No. Nope. I don't know what happened to my oncoming traffic. The lights were brighter, and they're no longer brighter. Wonder what is interfering with it. Makes me sad. That's kind of useful. But there you go. See, it doesn't look like they've got lights on. You don't see the lights, and that's totally unrealistic. You get almost blinded by oncoming traffic. It's very obvious that it's coming. It's why driving at night in single-lane roads is safer than driving during the day, because you can see what's coming. Unless, of course, some numpty's running around with no lights on. And, of course, now that there's clear road ahead, I'm too far behind. We've got a junction coming up anyway, so hopefully. I'm going to have to stop here, I'm afraid, because I have to stop recording. So I'm going to come to a halt at this junction and then call it a day. Whee. So I'm going to come to a halt under this junction. Oh no, I'm alright, hang on. It might be safer to do it on the motorway. We'll see. So yes, I'm thoroughly enjoying this. I still can't believe 3 months later I've pretty much played it every weekday for 3 months, solid, more than 3 months. So that's a measure of the immersive nature of this game. It's good. It's excellent. It's fabulous. It's great fun. If you like driving games of any description, then this is probably up your street. If you like strategy games, and driving games, this has a tiny element of strategy and a huge element of driving. It's a skill game in that you have to drive as fast as you can, as safely as you can. And you get to be a truck driver. And who doesn't want to be a truck driver, eh? Who doesn't want to be a truck driver? I know I do. I don't think I could do it in real life, though. I don't think I could face the stress and the frustration of driving surrounded by people who don't know how to drive. So that's the thing that bothers me the most. Is not my driving, but the driving of people around me. That's what worries me. Although I think if you've watched enough of these videos, you'll know that in this game I am pretty much not. This is not how I drive in real life. I mean, it should be pointed out that I drive significantly more cautiously in real life than I have been driving in this game. I also don't drive nearly as fast or as recklessly. I don't take any of the risks that I take in this game. I don't do it. I don't need to. Yes. No, I've more concern, more respect for my safety and the safety of people around me and my loved ones than to drive in real life the way I drive in this game. I'm just demonstrating how badly I can drive. So yeah, I don't want to be doing that. So coming up, I think, where I have to stop. Yeah, I've got to stop. So I am going to pull. I'm going to pull over somewhere safely on the hard shoulder, and I'm going to pause here. Okay, so I will resume this at another time, but for you that'll be like seconds. Oh, we've got loads of time until we have to rest. So we're back on the road, and it's the next day for me, but in fact it's just a second or two for you. And you'll notice the lighting has changed yet again. So I've got a video that's got a small corruption in it, one little spot where it just stops playing and it won't upload to Movie Maker because of this one little corruption. And I thought I'd found a piece of software to sort it, but every time you think you've got a little bit of free software to help you out, it turns out that it only does a certain amount of the work for you, and then if you want to either save it or you want it to do the whole thing, you've got to pay. And so that's what's happened here. It's given me half the file, not the whole file, which is bloody infuriating. So, never mind, eh? And the rain has ceased, which is always good. The rain is a challenge. So we're leaving Belgium now and we're entering France, as you can see by the use of flags. Geography by flag. So prior to starting this little section, I've been watching some YouTube streamers. Well, I've been watching a particular YouTube streamer, a guy in Washington State in the US called Tracy, who goes by the Twitch name of JCDDM Dad. And he's a lovely bloke, bless him. He's got a fantastic sense of humour, but he is a big rig driver. He doesn't like conventional trucks, what he calls a cab over. And that's his choice. And now, in fact, he's a former trucker, and that's the truck that the mod truck that he drives is actually the truck that he drove when he was a real trucker. So he's quite entertaining to watch. In fact, he's very entertaining to watch, and he's got a great sense of humour, and he's a really nice bloke. And he's got a bunch of regulars that he drives with and plays games with, and they call themselves the Stream Team. I thought I was going to crash there for a second. Of course, we're entering France, which means that we are going to be going through toll booth after toll booth. But on the plus side, we will be earning a boatload of cash. Because it's a long drive. We've got £129,000, well, £129,500. We will have enough for another garage at some point, but I think we're going to concentrate on going to new places that aren't capitals and filling up the garages that we do have. There is the way of earning mucho dinero. Übergeld, etc. So I'm going to try and up the graphics. I think I said this earlier in the stream, which was just a few minutes ago for you guys, but was probably a whole day ago for me. But I'm going to try upping the graphics quality and seeing if I can get the laptop to stay running. I've hit a bit of a speed bump with my uploading because I'm having trouble getting videos onto YouTube at the moment for multiple reasons. So that's a bit of an issue for me. But I'm going to keep going. But for the moment, I'm not actually running anything in the background of this apart from Steam. Unfortunately, I have to run Steam because it launches through Steam, so it needs Steam to be running, which is a bit of a shame. But it is the price you pay for having the game digitally installed on the computer without having to stick a disc in. We live in the 21st century, and putting a disc... See, did you see how that tower just there, that's just about to approach my fake mirror, just suddenly appeared? See, that's one of the things I'm hoping that when I build my new rig for this game, I'm hoping that sort of thing goes away. I don't think when I'm watching streamers who've got their graphics setting up high, I don't think that they get such a short draw distance. And it's something actually I was talking to JCDDM Dad, a guy I know is Tracy. It's something I was talking to him about because he was talking about how we were talking about how the roads suddenly appear. I was saying on a 2 or 3 lane road. Normally I don't sit in this lane. Normally I sit in the middle lane or the outside lane because a lot of the time exits just suddenly appear in front of you, and it's not that they just drop from draw distance, but the road signs don't appear soon enough. And it'd be nice actually if you got a little bit more notice. But the trouble is, the thing is, the road signs do give you a hint, but because I've got such a low graphics setting, I don't actually see the road signs. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know whether it makes an appearance on video, because once I've edited them and stuck them on YouTube, I tend not to watch them because I was involved in them. So you tend to see an awful lot of the video until you stick it up on YouTube, and then I'm going to have to go through it because at some point I would imagine the music that I use on this is going to get picked up and I'm going to get flagged, so I'm going to have to re-edit them all, which is a pain in the neck, given that as I'm watching this I've got 40 videos up on YouTube, and all of them have got music on. But that was the decision I made, so we'll see whether it comes back to bite me in the arse. But Tracy was talking about a new streaming service called Hotbox, because he's fed up with Twitch. Twitch is great. Twitch was my gateway drug to streaming, and by drug I'm talking euphemistically. I'm not talking about real drugs. I'm not sure why I felt I needed to say that, but there you go. So yes, he's trying a Hotbox, which doesn't have a few things that make Twitch unplayable for him. We're going to get off here. He hates the delay. There's a 30-second delay on Twitch between when you as a viewer type something and he as the streamer sees it. And it's annoying for him because he can be talking about something, a viewer will respond, and 30 seconds later he'll have moved on to a new subject, and what the viewer has typed won't make any sense to him anymore. And Hotbox doesn't have that. It's a couple of seconds, so he sees it a couple of seconds, 1, 2, after he said it. So it's easier for him to keep up. The other problem that Twitch has is that when they have a big tournament or a big stream going on, the rest of the streams take a massive hit, and so the frame rates drop, and you get stuttering, and you get syncing issues, and you get a significant number of issues. and he's kind of fed up with it. He loves streaming. He's not having a good experience. Plus, he wants to monetize, and Twitch is really strict about what you have to have achieved in order to monetize your videos. And you have to get a huge following, and you have to stream a certain amount of times a week, and you have to stream for a certain number of hours, and it's those restrictions don't exist on Hotbox. Now, if as is with the case with everything, a streaming service, and Twitch is an old service. It used to be called Justin TV. It's now called Twitch, but it's been around for a long time. And usually the first one is a monolithic enterprise, which becomes a bit unwieldy and a bit sure of itself. And then what will happen is people work out how to do it for themselves, and then you get a bunch of new startups, and they do new things and interesting things and different things, and they do things with less restrictions, and then suddenly the big monolithic enterprise suddenly looks like a dinosaur and dies on its arse. IBM was synonymous with computing until Apple came along, and until other computer enterprises came along, and suddenly IBM looked like a dinosaur, and they died a death. I mean, IBM are a fraction of the company that they were. Kodak don't exist anymore to any meaningful degree. If you wanted photographs, Kodak were the company to go to. If you wanted to buy film, Kodak were the company to go to. At a certain point in history, every single person had one of these little Kodak Instamatics. It's the little camera with a fixed focus, and you just pushed the button to take the photo, and you wound a little handle to the next frame, and it was easy peasy, and anybody could do it. And I remember they were ubiquitous. Kodak cameras were ubiquitous, and then a bunch of other people came along. Fuji came along and started making film. A couple of other companies who no longer do it, obviously, because film is now no longer in existence. But it's Kodak is, to all intents and purposes, dead. It doesn't exist anymore. Nobody uses. The ordinary man in the street doesn't use film anymore. Film is now the province of arty photographers, and it's becoming a dying art. And if you want to learn how to process films, you're going to have to get in quick before you can't buy film to take photos with, and you can't buy the chemicals and the paraphernalia to process those pictures. Polaroid is another company, another dinosaur that died on its backside. Polaroid was the instant photograph. There are people under the age of probably 15 who won't have a clue what I'm talking about when I say when I talk about Polaroids. But the Polaroid was a noun. Take a Polaroid. It was a tiny little box camera that flipped open. It had a fixed focus lens and a built-in flash. Well, actually, no. The early ones had clip-in cube flashes. This is astonishing to think now. There was a time when you had a bulb would be a one-use thing. You would have a flash unit that you would plug a bulb into, and then when you took a photograph, the purpose of the bulb was to the contents would explode, shine a bright light everywhere, and then you would unplug the bulb from the socket and throw it away, and then you would plug in a new bulb to take a new photograph. And Polaroid, for their Instamatic cameras, had these little strips that had 4 or 5 of these self-destructing bulbs, and you'd do one after the other until the strip was dead. It boggles the mind to think that that's how you had to take photographs. But then even before that, you would spray a powder on a little shelf that you would hold. It's like a little hod, miniature little hod. You would spray this stuff on, you would take the cap off the lens to expose the film, then you would ignite the powder on this tiny minuscule little hod, and that would expose the film to light, and then you'd put the cap back on the lens, and that would be how you took a flash photograph. It boggles the mind to think nowadays we take for granted that the flash it's a light that switches on, an extremely bright light that switches on for a very short amount of time. We don't even think about it now. But I was looking at a website that said they had listed 25 things that people thought would go on forever that are no longer used, and film was listed in there. Photographic film was listed in there. Typewriters were listed in there. Nobody uses a typewriter anymore. And what's going on there? Oh, it's the end of the lane. We are doing a lick. We're doing 90, so it's no wonder they waited. They could see our headlights looming at them at an incredibly rapid pace. So it's no wonder. I'm gonna take a little sip of tea because my throat's a bit. Sometimes that cruise control button is awesome. I generally tend not to use the cruise control button unless I have to. Sometimes I'm in a fight with an insect. Oh, I've got to slow down. Sometimes we're in a hot climate. It's very sunny where I am at the moment. It's not at the moment today, but in general at the moment we are still at the tail end of New Zealand's summer. So sometimes we get some incredibly hot days, and with incredible heat comes insect life, and try as hard as you might, unless you vacuum 3 or 4 times a day, you can't stop insects coming in laying eggs. And humans discard skin cells all the time, so your carpet is full of skin cells. This sounds a bit gross and disgusting, but this is even the most hygienic of people is discarding skin cells all the time, every day, because you're shedding skin. You are renewing your skin. It's how your skin stays supple and usable for as long as it does, because the skin cells constantly replacing themselves. The dead skin cells are dropping off, and they're being replaced by new skin cells. Let's get ourselves a new ticket and go. And as such, you are replenishing all the time. So that's I mean, that's how that works. That's what that's all about. And that's, there's nothing wrong with that. But the dead skin cells do become food for newly born insects. So vacuuming regularly does help with that. It sucks the insects up into the vacuum cleaner, which is a difficult environment for them to live in. But obviously, if you replace the bag, you remove the problem. Actually, in bagless vacuum cleaners, you're removing there's the potential for some of that material to make its way back into the surrounding area of your bin. But then there's also the same potential with the bagged ones, because when you pull the bag off out of the vacuum cleaner, there's a giant hole, spewing dust. But yes, we are living in a constantly evolving environment. There's a meme periodically reappears, which I quite like. It tickles me. It tickles me less every time I see it, but it does tickle me because I know that my 4-year-old nephew will never understand what it means. But it's a photograph of an audio cassette tape and a pencil. Now, if you're young enough not to know what an audio cassette tape is, I can't really help you. Essentially, it's a rectangular plastic case that holds a reel of usually brown or blue audio tape that's about 1/2 centimetre thick, wound around a core that goes from round around from one core to another, one reel to another, and you would put it, you would record music onto it. Ooh. I managed to get 3% damage on my truck, and I don't know how the heck that's happened. Okay. Interesting. I might trade my old truck in for a new truck, see if that causes, because I've noticed that the more and more when I don't crash into anything, I'm noticing the damage. I still get sort of 3 or 4% of damage, particularly in a long journey. I don't remember that happening with a brand new truck. It'll be a shame to see the old girl go, but we won't do that just yet. I might do it on my private profile and see if that changes anything. We'll see. But so yes, but the photograph is the relationship between a cassette and a pencil is very simple. Cassette tape would become slack, would unwind, and you would use a pencil to tighten it up. So you would wind the big reel into itself in order to try and remove some of the slack and the slip, which would cause the audio to sound like this. If there's no tension in the cassette, there's nothing to stop it from dragging and causing that weird audio sound, which is disturbing. Which you and if you had one of the early Walkmans, or if you had a Walkman for audio cassettes, and your battery was going, your AA battery was running out of juice, it would also slow down the sound. So the first panic is, oh crap, is the cassette tape either loose, or worse, is it overstretched? That would be another issue. The cassette would lose, the tape in the cassette would lose its elasticity and would start to stretch, and that would cause that, because you'd get the motor in the cassette machine is still going at the same speed, but it's but the audio is now over a larger distance, and so yes, you would get a slowdown when it's stretched. I bought 4 or 5 pre-recorded audio cassettes albums. I think I bought Rumours by Fleetwood Mac. A couple of them. I'm really betraying my age here, but the Rumours was an oldie. It wasn't buying it brand new. It was well, I think I bought Tango in the Night as well, which was only a year or two old at the time. So again, betraying my age. And I had those for a little while, and I quickly realised it was a bad idea. I bought Rumours because it had the chain, which was the theme music, and it actually is. Sorry, it's the theme music for BBC's Formula One coverage. And at that point, I'd been watching Formula One for quite a long time, and discovered that the chain was the theme tune, and loved the chain, and wanted to listen to it whenever I wanted to. So I bought the cassette. Big mistake. I've now got that album on CD, which is the way to go. I tell you what, I used to be really resistant to new technology. When CDs first came out, I didn't want CDs. I wanted LPs, and that was a real mistake. I was a bit of a tosser about that, to be quite honest. Now I'm going the other way. I'm still, because of the way that audio libraries are constructed, I'm a little bit reluctant to give up my hard copies of audio, and also with movies, the digital quality, the digital download quality of movies is just appalling compared to a Blu-ray, and I'm all about the picture, baby. But video games, I am going 100% digital. I don't think I will ever buy another, unless I can't get it from the PlayStation Network or from Steam. I don't, or the Xbox Store, because I'm probably going to end up getting an Xbox One in a year or two. I don't think I will ever buy a disc-based game again, and this is the way that Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo are going to get rid of the second-hand game market. Make the most of it while you can, because people are going to be buying their games digitally. That, however, will mean that the skills to the software and skills to move a digital game from one console to another, those things will start to emerge, and it will start to become more important as discs become obsolete. But I'm pretty much convinced that by the time the next generation of gaming console arrives, there will be no more discs. That will be it. The death of the that will be the death of disc-based games. Because we've gone full circle, not full circle, but we've gone through the gamut. Because we started with audio cassettes. That was how the first games were delivered to computers. Then floppy disks. Then the smaller floppy disks. Then cartridges, CD-ROMs, then Blu-rays, and then digital. And I have, since I've become a PlayStation Plus subscriber, I've been loving downloading the games that you get as a part of the benefit. Now, they're not free because you pay £39 a year to use the service, so that absolutely means it's not free. I've been getting some yawning. Why have I been getting some yawning? Ooh, crikey, I really have to get some sleep soon. Let's have a look at the map and see. I've got an hour and a half until I have to rest. Can I get there in time? So, an hour and a half to rest, 2.5 hours to get there. Oops. 29. Yeah, I'm going to take a rest here. Okay. £50. France is an absolute nightmare. Let's see if I can get over here without crashing. Whoa, that was close. Right, okay. Right, I've got 20 hours to get there. I don't have to sleep now until I've delivered, which is good news. So I don't have to worry about anything. I don't have to worry about sleep. I don't have to worry about fuel. I've got a buttload of cash, which means I've probably got enough to put the last Volvo in Brussels. Actually, let's look at my garage a second. Brussels is full, Edinburgh's full. Yeah, I've got to do Paris now. I have got to do Paris, so I need about 300 grand to fill out Paris. I'm going to get 60 grand for doing this job, which is going to put me over. I can do my standard 3 rest cycle at the end of this journey. So I just moved my mouse, which moved the image. It's not your computer, don't worry. So I'm gonna yes. So I might have enough to kit out Paris with Renaults, because that's all I've got to do to fill all of my garages. Then what I'm going to do is, one at a time, I'm going to upgrade my 3-berth garages to turn them into 5-berth garages. Then that's 80 grand a piece. Then I'm going to do them one at a time, and then I'm going to fill the garage with the extra 2. Then I'm going to move on to the next garage. At this point, I need to start making sure that the only time I spend money on a garage before all my garages are full is when I'm at a new capital, or I'm at Turin, Stuttgart, or Munich. Otherwise, all I need to be doing is saving money for trucks. This is my new rule, peeps. Right, so we're approaching our turn-off. So I'm really looking forward to having higher graphical fidelity so that I can actually use the road signs like a real driver. So I can read the speed signs like a real driver. That'd be nice. Okay. So we are less than 2 hours away, so it's usually at this point when I have 0% damage on my trailer, it's usually at this point that I have some catastrophic stupid decision, or the AI does something moronic and causes me to have an accident. So it wouldn't surprise me if something like that happens between now and my destination. It would be typical. Okay. So that's nice. I'm pulling in the cash on this profile. I'm nowhere near where I am with my other profile. And my private profile, I am in the mid-30s with my level, whereas I'm only mid-20s here. But I think I was much more English second language. I think I was cleverer. No, again bad. I think it was more intelligent. Yeah, that's the best way of creating that sentence. I was more intelligent about how I bought drivers until recently. Bought trucks, and employed drivers. See, this is why I'm better on paper than I am with speaking, because I can edit on paper or on a computer. I can't edit my brain live. It doesn't work. I don't have the mental capacity to edit as I go vocally. Until I started buying all of those capital city garages, I was being quite clever. Liverpool and Berlin were filled with drivers, and then they were upgraded and they were filled with drivers before I moved on to the next garage. And then I made this decision about getting capitals, and I don't regret it. I want the capitals, and you don't know when you're going to go back to a capital city again. And I don't want to be I want to be discovering more of the road network, so I don't want to be constantly going back to places. So it kind of makes sense when a capital city becomes available and you've got the cash to do it, or you've got the access to the loans to do it. It makes sense to do it, to pick up that garage, because you can always fill it with drivers. You can always earn the money to buy the trucks and then recruit the drivers. So we've got a turn off coming up. So let's get past that truck. Get into this lane. Let's slow down just a little, because we've got to turn off on a corner. And here it is. This is where we come off. So I believe we're in Nantes. So we're not far away from our destination now. So we won't be picking up a garage here just yet. In fact, no, we won't be picking up a garage here at all, because this is a ProMods. As part of the ProMods mob. Oh my goodness me, really? It's part of the ProMods map, and as I've previously stated, I'm not going to bother with garages on modded maps. I'm only going to be bothering with garages on SCS maps, just in case SCS updates screw around with map mods. I don't want progress to be deleted because I bought a garage in a part of the map that suddenly no longer exists. I'll give you an example. I've got Modena and Parma, which are a Little Italy add-on. If I had bought a garage there, I would have thrown away £144,000. If I'd upgraded that garage, that waste of money would have gone up to £224,000. If I'd bought trucks there, that wouldn't have been wasted. I could move them somewhere else, but I've still got to spend £124,000 times 2 to replace the 2 garages that I lost with the map, those 2 Italian cities, and all the effort that it took to earn the money to buy them in the first place. And those 2 cities are going to go the second ProMods upgrades the map to include Italy, because this is the thing, you can't select what part of the ProMods map you want to install. ProMods comes as a whole, which means this is the one thing I don't like about it. I would like to be able to decide what part of the map I wanted, because there are some things they've changed which maybe I don't want on the map. Maybe if they've compartmentalized the downloads, I know it means you've got to add more. I know it means there's got to be a separate download for each map. I'm going to go straight across and get that collectible. And also explore a bit more of the map of Nantes. Because I'm here, I might as well explore it. So yes, I mean, I would like to be able to download, just say, the France-only portion of the map, or maybe the Scandinavia-only portion of the map, and I didn't want the rest of it. I'd like to be able to have that choice, but with ProMods, sometimes I would like them not to dick around with. We've got a recruitment agency, excellent. I would like them to not dick around with the SCS parts of the map. I'd just like them to leave those bits alone. Sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it doesn't, I don't know. Oh, I bet you he's going to... Yeah, and he did. Alright, let's check the maps, see what else I can do in Nantes. Oh, there's huge parts of the map. Ah yes, there's another discoverable. So straight over the next roundabout, left at the following roundabout, all the way around. We'll do a loop, and then we'll have done the whole of the central part of it. That's cool. Okay. So unfortunately, every part of this map that I'm exploring with the trailer gives me the potential to damage the trailer and ruin my chance of getting it. Oh, so I've only just discovered Nantes. That's interesting. Would I have discovered it if I'd gone straight to my destination? Yeah, actually probably. Yeah, probably. And then we're going to take a sort of left and then loop to our destination. Right, are we going to get kamikazed by someone? No, good. See, that's slightly annoying. There's a road there and I can't go down it. Why put a road up there if you can't drive down it? I'd rather it didn't exist than there be a road I can't go down. Unless the plan is for them to put a road down there at some point later. Maybe. but I prefer it if all of the roads were available. Right, this is a Renault, excellent, an extra Renault depot, which means that we might get cheaper Renaults. You never know. That's our hope, is to get cheaper Renaults, because the £88,000 we're looking at for them at the moment is just a tad expensive for me. I'm going to take a left here and then a right at the next roundabout, so I get that little bit of grey road. And I'll do a U-E actually. At the following roundabout, actually, unless that yellow's out. So there's another bit of road I cannot use. Are they going to connect it up? What are they going to do with it? Who knows? And then we'll take a left and U-turn on this road. And we're good. Right, okay. I'm going to straddle both lanes so that no one can under or overtake me. Alright, let's go drop this cargo off. Now that we've discovered all the roads in Nantes, let's go drop this cargo off. And we're doing it just in time, actually. I'm about to run out of space. Oh, that was close. So our delivery point's on the left, just up ahead. Good. A little way just yet. So, the longest journey I've done, I think in a long time. In fact, I think this is the longest journey I've done in this game. And so far, I haven't damaged the load. Right. I'm going to do something here. I'm going to pull a loop so that I've got a straighter approach when I've passed. Yeah. And then we'll see if we can get this in one go. See if we can get this in one go. Will it work? Yeah. We're kind of hoping it does. No. And I think we might be okay. I think we might have done it. Yay, one in one go. Oh, I think that's the best parking job I've ever done. Right, so, out of reverse, parking brake on, engine off, unhook the trailer. I love seeing that golden excellent. Oh, that's wonderful. 1,841 kilometres, 55 hours and 10 minutes of journey time. Fuel consumed 728.4 litres. So our base reward is £38,958 and 1,840 XP. 1,841 XP, sorry. Our proficiency bonus for level 24 is £14,024. Our ADR delivery bonus for class 3 is 386 XP. Our long distance delivery bonus for skill rank 4 is £7,649 and 460 XP. And our parking bonus, as ever, as always, is 45 XP. So that gives us a grand total of £60,630 and 2,732 XP. We took a huge chunk out of level 24, and we are one medium to long journey away from being level 25. This profile now has a lifetime XP of 67,099, and we are still aiming at that 68,200 cap for entry to level 25. Well, that's possibly the longest journey I've done in this game. They're going to start getting like this. I'm going to start having to split my journeys up because I don't think my laptop can cope with processing these. Now, my plan is to keep these together at some point, so when I get a better computer, I will probably re-edit them and I will probably re-upload them to YouTube as one. I know it makes the videos long, but I want to keep the journeys together. And if you don't want to watch the whole thing, you can watch it in bits whenever you want. You can, it's relatively easy to just drag the time bar across to the point where you left it off. Anyway, so if you have watched any part of this video and you're listening to this part, thank you very much. To those of you who I can't, I'll transmit my mental thank you to you. Yeah, I don't believe in any of that crap, sorry. And until I see you in the next video, I'm going to see you on the road.